Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here, and I am here with PsychoticDreamer, aka Mikey.
Hey!
And we are back in Regrowth, and we've been busy. We've been decently busy. So as you guys can see, we expanded the land here, pretty much what we talked about. We made it real shaky underneath this area right here. There is a piece of cracked sand underneath the grass here, but I wouldn't go mining straight down roughly in this area. We expanded our farm, so we have an entire row of carrots, potatoes, wheat, a little bit of belladonna. I don't think we need that much, so
I think that a little bit like that is good, and maybe getting up to 10, 10, 10 at some point might be okay, and then.
Yeah. And then I took the 8 seeds that Mikey had made for this stuff, the what do you
magical
call it?
crops.
Yeah, the essence seeds. I was talking about the original one. And I put the 8 here, and they went all the way down. Now, he did grab the last one. He did scan it, and it is an 878. So, for any of you guys that don't know, and is it still like this in some of the packs, or sometimes not? I don't know.
I don't know. AgriCraft hasn't been used much lately.
Oh, that's true. Well, but even in the magical crops one, I think they still, because I know in I don't know, one of the packs we played, I did this. But anyways, so we just kind of leave these here. They're going to go to here. And generally, one of the stats will probably go up. So maybe this will be like an 888. And then it'll go, once that grows fully, it'll go here, and maybe it'll be like a 988. And so on downward. Sometimes 2 stats will go up at the same time. But anyways, so, and pretty much once we get it to 10, 10, 10, then we replace it and make a whole thing of 10, 10, 10. But yeah, the night now, unfortunately, to do a lot of this, I came on here and just went AFK. I just stood in the house and stared at the ground so no Enderman bit me. And just hung out. And unfortunately, the day blooms and the nightshades do decay. So, I mean, we got a little bit of mana out of them. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, to be honest with you. But of course,
it's hard to tell on these things, though. So,
well, this is probably full, and this is probably, everything's probably fuller. So,
but yeah, we'll have to start making the ones that eat the coal and stuff like that for a little bit. And
yeah, we have hydrangeas. Those
also decay. Also decay.
But I'm saying we can get a little bit out of those for all. I think there's 2 in here.
Yeah, I don't think I claimed mine, but maybe I did.
I don't know. Maybe you claimed something else. I don't know. Now, over here, I needed another mandrake, because this is the only mandrake we had. So that's why this is kind of set up like this.
Okay.
So I'm just actually going to grab that, because you can't really make the seeds from the mandrake root.
Right.
So I'm just going to go ahead and toss a little bit of these over here. And kind of like the belladonna, we don't need a ton of these, so that'll probably be good right there. All right, but we did the water artichokes, or the artichoke, the water artichokes came through first time. Same thing with the barley. Those came through first time. The pumpkins didn't come through on the first shot. I actually had to take some carrots out and then do it again. But they came through on the second shot. So it's actually doing pretty well. So now we've got those ones. And then let's go ahead and kind of jump into things. Let's look at our quest book here. And also, it looks like a lot of the quest lines opened up as well. So
that's good.
We have the second quest line here, which is about getting the weakened fusion stone. Originally, we had to get mana pearls, which we got. And then now we have to make a weakened fusion stone, so that's probably going to be the magical crops one. And then the way the world works, that's where you made the runic altar. Now it wants us to make the Claconia, and then of course it wants us to fight the End Dragon. I'm not worried about that right now. Chapter 4 gets us into some of the books and that mysterious map. And then Chapter 5 is when we kind of get into the water stuff. Which, that one's going to be a little bit tricky, because we're not really all that close to water. At least not a major source of it. So we're going to probably kind of have to build a lot of that stuff, at least to get the pearls going and whatnot. Then we have all the bags and all that stuff. That one's been unlocked for a while. Encoding the world. That's where we get into like the seed. That's the bees and the what, mariculture? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
And then this one is the one that gets us, that we were working on right now with the seeds. So, all right, so let's go ahead and pick these up so that we can get the seeds and claim those quests. So let's see, we got pumpkin seeds, gives us, ooh, pumpkin pie. Barley seeds gives us barley flour. And water artichokes give us, well, water artichokes. That works out. Now that unlocks sweet corn, melon, poppy, and snowbell seeds. So I think I'm going to do a little work on that. Are you kind of getting this? So what you guys can see, what Mikey's doing, just in case you're not familiar with it, these are hydrangeas, and basically what they do is they drink water, and they turn that water into mana. And what he's done is he set up this 3x3 water pool. So this one will grab from this corner, this one will grab from this corner, and each corner. And that way they'll keep, this water will stay full. It's pretty much just 4 unlimited water sources. And you can see he's already got mana going in there, so yay. All right. So let's see. Let's get some sweet corn. Corn on the cob. Sweet corn can be mutated from barley and sugar cane. So here's always the tricky part. You know what? I think I'll do what I did over here. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out, the wheat, and we're gonna throw down a crop stick here, and we're gonna put in the barley seeds, and we're gonna let that kind of just grow. We want that to be full size before we cross crop them. All right, so that's the setup for sweet corn. Pumpkins are carrots and pumpkins. So we'll go ahead and steal this one over here. And we'll put down our pumpkin seeds. Like so. Nice. Okay. And then let's see. We got snowbell. This delicate plant which can grow snow even in the hottest deserts. Snowbells can be mutated from mandrake and artichoke. So let's pick these up, and then we'll go artichoke on the water. Very, very popular song from the 70s.
Yes.
Artichoke on the
water.
Yeah, yeah. Mandrake in the sky. I think that's how it went, if I remember correctly. So
sounds about right.
You know what? That's the nice thing about recording these. You know, we can't be corrected for days. All right. So we got to let this stuff all grow up, and then we can kind of cross crop it. So we're going to have to kind of take a break on that. I think I might grab a chest to put outside for some of this plant-based stuff. I think that might be a little easier.
Makes sense.
Now I did plant a couple of trees because with all the fences and everything, we were starting to run a little bit low on wood. We're still not great, but we're not suffering or anything like that. It's over here. I'm just gonna throw all these seeds in this food. I'll keep the pumpkin pie. Put all this stuff in here like that. Okay. The hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, anyways, we talked about this in the other episode, and Mikey took care of this. So, as you can see, we got double high fences with a slab on top. Now, this is great to use in any pack. This right here pretty much stops all mobs, all vanilla mobs. The double high makes it to where the skeletons can't shoot us, which I like that. I'm a big fan of that. And then the slab on top, what happens is the spiders crawl up the fence and they get caught on this little piece of the slab and they can't climb over. Now we did have one in the backyard, and if you notice, he put slabs across the house. I don't know how the spider got back here. It was just one.
Huh.
But I think if they can figure out how to get under our roof, it might have just been a fluke. I have no idea. It might have been one of us moving things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so by putting those slabs up, we should be completely safe. I mean, now if you're playing this without mob griefing turned off like we do for kind of recording purposes, obviously if you're too close to the fence, a creeper could explode and then just open up a whole world of hurt for you. But and obviously Enderman can get in here. That's probably the only mob that can kind of get past these defenses. So
yeah, but we can handle Enderman.
Yeah, we're so good.
We're experts at it.
Well,
just ask the people that watch our video.
Exactly. All right. For anybody who just shot some sort of liquid they were drinking out their nose when Mikey called us experts, we don't apologize.
No. Hey.
It cleans. Nothing cleans out the sinuses like cold milk.
That's what you get for drinking stuff while watching us.
Exactly. I mean, it's really on you. It's really on you guys. I mean, at this point. So, all right. In Chapter 1, it wants us to make the natural or nature seeds. A number of useful plants are proving troublesome to obtain. You wondered if you could employ essence to create these, but a synthetic means of doing so evades you. Maybe you might manage it by breeding crops. So let's see what nature seeds need. So anybody who's never played this, what are you throwing at me?
Something you're going to need for that.
All right, so to do this, we need essence seeds, and we need sugarcane seeds, and it's got to be on the tilled garden soil. So let's, we'll use this little area with all of the stuff over here. I think we have, so yep, we have 6 poop ready to go. It's great when you have poop ready to go.
Hey, well, you got pre-poop.
Yeah, you got a pre-game before pooping. Pre-poop. That literally means poop before you poop. I've always thought like pre-anything was like, what is it? I'm trying to think. There's something like pre-qualify. Like if you're getting like a house or a car or something like that, it's like, you're pre-qualified. So am I qualified? No. You're qualified to qualify. So how do I get qualified? Whoa, you're getting ahead of yourself there, son. Slow down. All right? This isn't NASCAR. Bring it back a scooch. So, yeah. That was my NASCAR reference for the day. All right. So, because apparently I make it to where I need to do it once a day. NASCAR references are my multivitamin.
Sure, except yes. I've never heard you make one before.
Well, but it's more of a private thing. I've decided to bring that private part of my life into the public face, and now you're making me feel weird about it.
Good.
Damn it. Oh, speaking of feeling weird about something, everybody say happy birthday to Mikey. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Little Mikey.
By the time you see this, it'll be like a week ago.
Still. The big 2-1. You getting trashed tonight, buddy? Yeah, I'm top. I like that Mikey and I are legally able to drink twice.
Yeah, and neither one of us have any desire to.
Nope. I have actually not drinking alcohol legally in my life. Yeah, I quit drinking at 17. I shouldn't have started before at that age, but
no, you were the bad boy.
I lived in a small town. It was either that or hanging out at the bowling alley. Those were really my 2 choices for the whole thing, and I even to this day I still stand by my choice. So, anyways, I grew up in a retirement town. So, did you ever go to like bowling when you were younger? You were ever a bowling guy or not really?
My older brother used to go bowl.
Okay. A lot of places usually on Friday nights will have some sort of like, let's get the kids in here kind of bowling thing. And some places where I lived, it was called Rock and Bowl. Okay. And usually what they'll do, depending on how in-depth the bowling alley gets, they usually like kind of turn a lot of the lights off. Maybe they'll have like black lights or, I don't know, lasers or something like that. and they usually play music through the whole place, right? And that's to entice the kids in. That makes it sound really creepy, but you know what I mean. Don't do it, Mikey. Why? Anyways, and but the problem is I lived in a retirement town. Now you have to keep in mind that bowling alley was ruled by the old people. They loved it. Oh my God, it was like next to golfing. That bowling alley was like the place to be, right? And but because it was a retirement, now Rock and Roll was like Fridays. It started like it was like 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 at night or something like that. There was nobody there who was over the age of like maybe 30, and even then it's kind of a stretch. But because it was in Green Valley, apparently the old people were convinced that the modern day rock and roll music would spawn Satan, and it would just be like you'd be on like frame 4 and then boom, orgy. Like that's what they were convinced. It was just going to be like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the music, this is in the 90s, okay? The only music the DJ was allowed to play, the DJ, who was probably also not even 30 years old, they were only allowed to play music 1959 and older. So and forget, like them playing like modern 90s, like grunge, like, or, Red Hot Chili Peppers or anything like that. It wasn't even necessarily that. They couldn't play Bananarama. I know it's a random one to go to, but that was the first one that popped in my head. For some reason, when I was thinking like 80s music, Bananarama is the first place I went. So I could have went Soft Cell, and it would have been the same equivalent thing. But yeah, they couldn't play Smoke on the Water, for example, the song we were talking about earlier. They couldn't even play like Hendrix or anything from the 60s. So the Rock and Roll was pretty much just like oldies, and like the most rockin' thing was like Elvis.
Well,
Like they'd put Elvis on, and all of us were like, we're being naughty. It was the weirdest thing. So you had a bunch of teenagers bowling in the semi-dark, listening to music they had never heard in their entire lives.
well, they didn't want things getting too frisky.
Yeah. Well, okay, imagine if they did the same thing nowadays. But instead of playing the modern music, they were only able to play Bananarama. It was the same kind. Oh my God.
I know it's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I understand that.
Yeah. It was always just weird to me. Because, I mean, once I moved actually up to Tucson, where there was, people who stayed up past 7 p.m., they had things like this up here. And I remember I went one time, and it was like, I went with some friends. I was probably, this was late 90s. I was, I don't know, 18 years old or something like that. I went to some bowling thing with a couple of friends, and it was that kind of concept. And they were playing like radio music, which I also hate, but different reasons. Yeah, they were playing like radio music. And I was like weirdly nervous, like I should like be looking around, like I should like we were gonna get in trouble, like we were in a speakeasy in the 20s or something like that. All right, so you made a compartment, and these are kind of neat. They're kind of neat. So they have 4 different things. So let me see if I put a carrot here, then I go to the next page, no carrot. Put a piece of dirt here, and then go to the next page, no dirt. But if I go back to the first page, there's the carrot, there's the dirt. And they're 5 by 5, so that's 25. So that's 100 spaces. How much is in one of these? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's about 50, 54. So yeah, this is actually pretty. Oh, you made a bunch of them. Nice.
No, we get 7 of them for.
Oh, is that from the quest? Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a bunch of them anyways.
And then it actually has a search function, which is kind of cool. And then you can give each tab a name. So you could like make the first tab like blocks, and put all your cobble and stone and stuff like that. and then you could actually change the color to say gray. Then you could use the next tab and say wood and put all your woods in there and change the color to, there's not really a brown per se, but something to indicate that. So you can actually name each tab. And then the owner is PsychoticDreamer, but I mean, obviously I can move stuff around. But you can also lock these. So there's something that they're kind of neat. To be honest with you, I don't even know if they're still being made. Like, I don't know if that mod is still, I don't know if they've ever taken these to 112.
I'm pretty sure they have, because they're part of Binny's, which is which is an add-on for forestry, and
yeah.
So I imagine they are, but yeah, they don't pop up much now.
Yeah. All right, so we got ourselves another essence seed, so that doesn't really help us. Now here is something that is tricky about the cross cropping that I've noticed. So right now the AgriCraft seed we're using here is an 878. But this this seed here, the sugarcane, is probably a 111. Maybe it's like a 121. I think I put it in the middle, so it came over just at like 3 spots. So sometimes when you do that, not every time, that sometimes the dominant seed can replicate itself before the passive seed kind of works together. So. All right, so we got these barley seeds up, so we can set up the cross crop for these. We're still waiting on the pumpkin seeds to grow and the mandrake. Now, why is this water artichoke not growing? It's at 0%.
Just might be slow.
Wow, that is really slow. But, Mikey, we've already come to the end of this episode.
Wow.
Yeah. Time flies when you talk about Bananarama. It does. So, anyways, so let us know down in the comments if you guys ever went to any sort of like rock and bowl, like, youth type thing. But yeah, hopefully you got to listen to, more modern stuff than things that were old songs when your parents were young. They were old songs even then. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap things up here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comments section. Go check out all the channels down in the description. Heather and I are doing our vlogging channel, the Pinky and the Beard. We're actually having a lot of fun with that. It's so much different than anything else that I've done on YouTube before, so it's exciting, it's a little scary. So people seem to be digging it, They're watching the videos. They haven't burned down my house, so I'm going to take that as a win. That's my new way of judging things. So, this guy cut me off in traffic. Was it pretty bad? Well, I didn't burn down my house. Oh, okay, not too bad then. And then also don't forget, if you guys want to come hang out with myself, Mikey, and the rest of the squad, chit chat on our Discord, hang out on our multiple servers, you can do that by becoming a Patreon. Go check out the Patreon link down below. It has all the information, all the different tiers, and what it does help support what we do while giving you a fun place to come and play. And if you guys want to get your very own server, what did you throw at me? Did you throw bread at me?
I'm trying to throw some bread at you, yeah.
Nice. Well, just tell me. Okay. Look at all that bread.
Well, you're busy talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah, now you made me interrupt you.
See? God, you interrupted me. Have you ever watched any of the other videos? Apparently, give it some time. Mikey's still new at this. Apparently...
I'm sorry. I have these things called manners.
Oh, wow. He's talking to you, Snoop. Snoop doesn't watch. Snoop doesn't watch. Let's be honest.
I know.
Anyways,
no.
It's probably for the best. Anyways, yeah. So go check out Host Havoc if you want to get your very own server, and when you go to their website, use your manners. Use your manners. Don't put your elbows on the table. Don't slurp your soup. Manners, pleases, and thank yous. Anyways, guys, until the next episode, we want to say thank you for hanging out. Please come back for the next episode. God, you're making me a better person already, Mikey. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.